welcome. His Majesty doth call for you, and for your grace.
It is essentially a look at what it's like to be an actor in a theater company. And in this case, we did a production of Richard III. It was directed by Sam Mendes, who's a fantastic theater director, but audiences would know him from having directed The Last James Bond and having directed me in a film called American Beauty. And we took this production around the world for 10 months to 12 cities across 3 continents, and we did over 200 performances. And it was one of the most incredible, magical, challenging experiences that I've had. And for people who get theater and love theater and embrace it, it's for them. But we've also made this movie for people who don't get theater and don't go and don't understand it and don't understand why actors like me are dedicated to it. It's also for them. So by the end of watching this movie, I hope we can change some people's minds. This was a chance to go behind the scenes, to be backstage, to be all the places that audiences never get a chance to see. You know, you come and see a play, and you just sort of see the play, and you don't know how the set got there, you don't know what they did to get there, you just see the play. But this is a chance to really experience in a very intimate way, and I think in a way that never has been seen on this scale, what it is, why a company becomes so close when you do a play night after night after night after night, and all the places that we went to. The places that, where English wasn't the first language, and yet they completely got into this play, and all the things we did off stage that were as valuable to us bonding as a company as the things we were doing on stage. Well, the travel was always a bit crazy, and also just being in a new city every couple of days or weeks in a brand new theater where you had to learn how to work in that theater because it was different from the last one you were in. And of course, some actors, yes, it's true, had done a lot of Shakespeare. Some actors like me hadn't done a lot of Shakespeare. I'd only done one other leading role in a Shakespeare play before. And the challenges in different audiences, some audiences are really responsive, some audiences are really quiet. And probably the most incredible experience for all of us was when we got the chance to take the play to the Epidaurus amphitheater, Greek theater in Greece. There was 14,000 people. That means we played to more people in 3 nights than we played our entire run of 12 weeks at the Old Vic. It was a magical, extraordinary place because it's where really theater began. And Julius Caesar used to sit in that theater and watch plays. And then we were there doing this play. It was incredible.
I am not in the giving vein today.
I sort of love more than anything to discover a play once I come into rehearsal and discover it with a director and discover it with the other actors. That's really valuable to me, not to sort of show up and think I know how to play it. And the physicality of it was a challenge, although I did work with a number of therapists who helped me figure out what I could do that would look a certain way to the audience, that would look like it was almost painful. But actually, I was protecting myself. So the leg brace that I have on, that looks like mechanical, actually didn't do anything. It's just like, it was like putting on a glove. So it had a look, which was great. I was doing all the work, so I twisted my leg in, but if you noticed, I was sort of in what you would almost call a fencing pose. I was crouched. Well, the reason I did that is because we were working on a stage. Here, I'll show you. Sometimes when you're sitting in an audience, you either see a stage that's like that, or you see a stage that's like that. And that's called a rake stage, and that means that all the actors are being pushed forward, or if you're standing this way, you're being pushed that way, or being pushed that way. So by doing that on that stage, in all the places that we went to, I was the only actor in balance on stage. So that I designed so that I could protect myself over 200 performances. The great thing about what the whole concept of the Bridge Project was that we brought together 50% American actors, 50% British actors, and everyone just sounded the way they sound. And we wanted to prove that it doesn't matter where you're from, and it doesn't matter what your accent is, you can make Shakespeare come alive. And I think the experiment was very successful.